In the quiet suburb of Willow Creek, Michael Thompson had built a fortress of solitude after the unimaginable loss of his teenage son in a senseless hit-and-run accident 2 years earlier. The tragedy had shattered him and his wife, Laura, prompting them to relocate to this seemingly idyllic neighborhood for a fresh start. Laura had chosen the house herself, a cozy two-story with a massive oak tree in the backyard, where she'd hung a swing as a symbol of rooting themselves in peace. Michael, a retired cybersecurity specialist with a knack for threat detection, had wired the place with state-of-the-art cameras, ensuring every angle was covered. Little did they know, their new home came with an unexpected enemy: Susan Hartley, the iron-fisted president of the Homeowners Association. It started innocently enough, with petty citations, a trash bin left out too long, holiday lights deemed too bright, even complaints about the visible security cameras. But Susan's demands escalated quickly, laced with veiled threats of inspections if they didn't comply. Michael brushed it off at first, focusing on helping Laura heal through quiet evenings and plans for a garden under that oak tree. Then, one fateful morning while Laura was in the shower, Michael's phone buzzed with a motion alert. Glancing at the feed, his blood ran cold. Susan was inside their home, rifling through drawers like she owned the place. She'd used a master key, slipping in uninvited. Michael stormed downstairs, heart pounding. "What the hell are you doing in my house?" he demanded, his voice steady but edged with fury. Susan spun around, her face a mask of entitlement. "This is a safety inspection. Your violations are piling up, and as HOA president, I have every right." Michael's mind raced anew. The law, and this was trespassing, pure and simple. "Smile for the cameras," he said coolly, pointing to the lenses beaming live footage to his cloud storage, external drives, and even a direct portal to the local police. "Everything's recorded and backed up in multiple places. Get out now." Shaken but defiant, Susan left, but not before slapping them with a violation notice for unauthorized surveillance devices. Michael filed a police report immediately, his expertise kicking in as he reviewed the footage. The HOA bylaws he'd pored over revealed no such rule. It was fabricated, a power play. Digging deeper, he uncovered a pattern. Susan had manipulated the association for years, issuing fines without board votes, forging policies to suit her whims. Neighbors whispered in fear the Garcia family had been bullied into selling after endless harassment over their fence color, while the Thompsons, no relation, faced eviction threats for a minor landscaping issue. At the community clubhouse, Michael cornered Brian Caldwell, a hesitant board member, who admitted under pressure that Susan had never gotten approval for those master keys. "She's running this like her personal kingdom," Brian confessed, glancing over his shoulder. "No votes, just her word." The controversy brewed as Michael gathered evidence, turning his home office into a war room. He contacted SecureLock Incorporated, the key vendor, demanding audit logs that traced unauthorized entries straight to Susan. Metadata from HOA emails showed tampered timestamps on new rules. Neighbors, emboldened by his stand, shared horror stories: exorbitant fines for invisible infractions, entries into homes without notice, even pets inspected and threatened with removal. One family claimed Susan had entered their garage at dawn, citing a noise complaint that never existed. Michael's blood boiled. This wasn't just overreach. It was an invasion of privacy, a blatant abuse of power that sparked heated debates in online forums about whether HOAs should even exist, let alone wield such unchecked authority. Tensions exploded when Susan struck again, slipping into their home at 4:03 a.m. under the guise of another emergency check. Michael had baited her with a deliberately visible camera upgrade, and the live feed captured every second. He shared it instantly with the police portal. Officer Ramirez arrived minutes later, lights flashing, catching Susan red-handed. "Ma'am, this is criminal trespass," the officer barked, cuffing her loosely as a warning. Susan's face twisted in rage. "I have rights as president. This neighborhood needs order." But the evidence was ironclad: footage, logs, forged documents, and Brian's notes proving bypassed votes. The climax unfolded at the next HOA board meeting, packed with residents hungry for change. Michael strode in with a thick binder, slamming it on the table. "Susan Hartley has been breaking into homes, forging rules and terrorizing this community," he declared, projecting videos of her intrusions on a screen. Gasps rippled through the room as neighbors stood one by one, the Garcias recounting forced sales, others detailing midnight inspections that felt like burglaries. Brian, sweating profusely, confessed his complicity. "I went along to avoid her wrath, but this ends now." Officer Ramirez confirmed an ongoing investigation into trespassing and fraud, her words igniting shouts of outrage. Was this justice or vigilante overkill? Whispers Flusum called Michael a hero for exposing the rot. Others murmured he was too aggressive, stirring a divisive storm about privacy rights versus community control. In a stunning 5-0 vote, Susan was ousted, her keys revoked on the spot. Charges followed, multiple counts of trespassing and document forgery, sending shockwaves through similar associations nationwide. The neighborhood transformed. New bylaws capped fines, required votes for entries, and emphasized resident input. Laura, finally at peace, planted flowers under the oak swing, her laughter returning. Michael reflected on the fight, knowing that in protecting their dignity, he'd uncovered a darker truth. Power unchecked breeds tyrants. But the debate raged on. Was dismantling one bully worth the chaos? Or had he ignited a necessary revolution against HOA overreach? In the end, justice prevailed, a reminder that vigilance and records could topple even the most entrenched oppressors.